Donald Trump is setting up the Republican Party for a big takedown. He's taking that conservative, rigid, orthodox, conservative kind of thing that's kind of hasn't evolved for 30-some years, and he's bringing it to its head. And it's characterized as ruled by billionaires. Well, he's a billionaire. He's got everybody in his cabinet there. That's all the millionaires or billionaires in his cabinet. And they're right now trying to get a tax cut for billionaires. What do you think? They're not looking out. And so what you've got, though, is it's not just Trump and the crazy folks like this. They've got the whole Republican brand now is wrapped up with Trump. And this is coming at the same time when California and the country has moved on. Because the third person in that third person in that truck coming out from Minneapolis 22 years ago was my daughter Emma, a millennial, 2 years old at the time. She comes to Berkeley, she becomes a Berkeley kid. She's been to Burning Man twice before she's 10, right? She goes to basic. She went to high school here in Oakland. She's still living in Oakland here with her boyfriend. But it's not just Emma. It's like we have now, the millennial generation is the biggest generation in American history, folks. It's bigger than the baby boomers. They're all voting age. They're all in the workforce. All of them are starting to kind of come online right now in a way at the same time that the boomers are sliding off the edge there, folks. All those angry white boomer folks that vote for Trump, they're going off the edge there very soon. But it gets even more crazy. All this talk about the wall is going to go down with anyone of Hispanic origin or any kind of Latino. It's going to be the thing that they're going to tell their grandkids for generations. This was the party that was like building the wall. And this is just crazy politics because, in fact, by 2050, a full 30% of all Americans are going to be of Hispanic descent. This isn't illegal immigration. This is actually regular immigration. And in fact, all this talk of this white supremacy stuff, it's not just Hispanics in this country. We, in fact, just like California, the whole country is getting more and more minorities, the whites are coming down as a percentage, and ultimately, very soon, whites will be a minority in the country at large. Now, all this talk about climate denial, anybody smart knows there's climate going on. If you're denying climate change, what the heck is with that? I mean, anybody thinking it through. But then look at actually what's happening in this country. Already, over a third of our people actually have college educations. 60% of all Americans have some college. People with brains are actually, there's a lot more people thinking this through, and they're actually on the ascendance. So what's happening right now is Trump is making conservative Republican politics toxic to all the growing constituencies of the 21st century. This is much closer to what happened to the Republican brand in the 30s, when Hubert Hoover, coming off the Great Depression, so bungled it up, so screwed it up, so sided with the wealthy over the regular people, that it took literally 50 years till Reagan could bring the Republicans and the conservatives out of the wilderness after 50 years. I'm actually saying, as hard as this is to think, we're watching essentially a similar opening here. We're going to open up an era here of a much more progressive era that is just on the brink of starting, led by California.